In this video, we uncover the terrifying story of a serial killer who believed he had gotten away with murder until one teen miraculously came back from the dead. Tina, Dawn, and Linda were all caught in his horrifying spree. But the survival of one young girl changed everything, exposing the full extent of his crimes. Pay close attention to this man in the video. He's lying about something very scary. I want a date. I want to meet you. In the 1980s, people used these kinds of tapes to find dates. No one knew that the man on the records was actually a serial killer. I have what I call a need to meet. It is 1984 and the Miss Florida pageant is being held in Miami. It looks like the woman on screen is one of the contestants, but she suddenly vanishes soon after. As the cops began their investigation, they saw a photographer who was always following the girls around and taking pictures of them. A woman had gone missing at the Miami Grand Prix not long before that event. The police are confused because they saw the same man there, but this time he wasn't a photographer. He was a race car driver. He's already left town when the cops try to find him. It's too late to catch him at that point. Young women are going missing all over the land. The search that comes next is one of the biggest in U.S. history. We don't know which way he went at this point. If they don't get him tonight, he could be anywhere by morning. But when one of his victims miraculously lives, everything will change. The 16-year-old is the key to stopping him. She will come back from the dead to get even with him and finally beat him. It is 1984 in Florida's Tallahassee. Linda Grover, who is 19 years old and a junior at Florida State University, is living the dream of going to college. She has been with the same man for a long time, loves her studies very much, and can't get enough of the waves along the Gulf Coast. For Linda, life is like a long, beautiful summer. But on March 20th, just a few days before her boyfriend and her 5th wedding anniversary, Linda takes a quick trip to Governor's Square Mall, happily not knowing that this task will soon turn dark. This department shop will be the last place anyone knows she was before she disappears. When Linda shows up again on March 21st, 12 hours later, she is 40 miles away from the mall, barefoot and scared. She runs up to the front desk of a Florida hotel by the side of the road. The night manager stops moving when he sees her. Her voice is shaky. Help her out. Soon after, a constable runs into the motel. Linda can't say anything but scary things. Someone took me hostage and tortured me, she said. The police officer quickly called for help and went straight to the room she pointed out. When the door finally opens, there is a terrible scene inside. There's blood on the walls and carpet, and there are torn bits of duct tape on the floor. He radios for help right away and calls for an investigative team. There was a brutal and upsetting event here. At the same time, Linda is rushed to Memorial Hospital in Georgia, but she won't stay quiet even though she is badly hurt. Police stations all over the state quickly hear about her amazing survival. And finally, 2 officers in Miami, which is almost 500 mi away, hear about it too. Detective Hanlon and his co-worker get chills when they read about the criminal's physical traits in the police records. He was said to be tall, well-dressed, have a slight accent, and have a clean face and mustache. Feels too much like home. Both guys get on a plane right away to go to Georgia to meet Linda in person. This might make things different if their guess is correct. At the hospital in Georgia, the police pay close attention to Linda's story. He came up to me in the store and asked me if I was interested in being a model, and I said no. I had a boyfriend who wouldn't like that very much and wasn't really interested in modeling, and he had followed me out to my car. So that's when things kind of unfolded, and that's when I got nervous. I think he sucker punched me in the solar plex, and I woke up and was in his car. The police are impressed by how quickly she thinks. If their gut feeling is right. The man who took her is very vicious and dangerous, and he has already hurt many people. With care, they carefully pull out a bunch of pictures to show Linda. Without doubt, she picks out one man. Even though she doesn't know his full name, the police do. She identified the photographs, right? William Christopher Bernard Wilder. They've been after this man for a few weeks, and now he's crossed state lines with Linda. Detective Hanlon knows that the FBI needs to be called in. 23-year-old Miss Florida Elizabeth Kenyon went missing without a trace. Wilder was seeing the girl at the time she went missing, but he was nowhere to be found when police wanted to ask him. Elizabeth wasn't the first, though. Rosario Teresa Gonzalez, 20, had been reported lost from the Miami Grand Prix a week before Christopher Wilder went missing. She was also in the race. When the police get back to the hospital, they talk to Linda again and get more details. Also, new stories start coming in about young women who are missing in different states and towns, but the pattern is always the same and very scary. Cheryl Bonaventura was an aspiring model. She disappeared from this shopping center in Mesa, Colorado. His latest suspected victim, a 21-year-old Oklahoma woman whose body was found in Kansas. They found the body the day after Suzanne disappeared. Las Vegas becomes the 7th city in a trail of abductions. 17-year-old Michelle Korfman of nearby Boulder City has been missing for 3 days. When you'd get the call that they found somebody, good God, I knew damn well it was Wilder. Wherever he went, someone died. He's killing someone every 2 or 3 days, but he's also deliberately stopping to do it. Now it's April 4th, 1984, 2 weeks after Linda was taken and 1 month since the Miami Grand Prix, when cops first became aware of Wilder. Over in California, a 16-year-old girl named Tina Marie Rizzico is eager to find a summer job as she walks through a mall. Later that same day, the guy talks to her. People walking by notice that they don't seem to know each other, but the way they're talking to each other is polite and friendly. After that, they are seen walking in the parking lot. A few seconds later, she's in his car and they're gone. Christopher Wilder has just found his next target, but she doesn't know it. The next day, April 5th, Tina's mom calls the cops to say that her daughter is missing. She tells them Tina isn't home from school and hasn't talked to anyone all night. Later, the worried mom tells them that Tina has been having problems with her boyfriend. The California police don't take her absence seriously at first because they think it might be a small fight between teens. But Tina's situation is actually very serious. 200 m away from her mom, the girl is stuck in a motel room and can't move. She is upset about what just happened. The mall worker sleeps next to her and her mind is filled with his threats. I've killed people before, and if you don't listen to me, I'll kill you. When the sun finally comes up, Wilder blindfolds her and takes her back to his car. She knows his gun and knife are close by, even though she can't see them. Tina thinks the car has stopped and slowed down after hours of scary quiet and darkness on the road. He has picked out a new motel to stay the night. Wilder stood next to Tina at the hotel that night with a pair of scissors. Tina's hair was very long on the day she disappeared. He cuts off the first lock of hair to her chin without telling her. Tina sees something that makes her feel both scared and relieved. She figures out that he's changing how she looks so that no one can tell who she is. This man probably wants to keep her living. Tina starts to do some strange things. They drive all day until it gets dark, stopping only to get petrol and food every so often. Tina looks for any chance to leave a note at a small drive-in restaurant, like a bathroom window or a piece of paper. But Wilder is always watching. Her dream of getting away slowly goes away. She hasn't been seen or heard from in 6 scary days. But on day 7, April 10th, they get to Gary, Indiana, which is a very long way from Tina's home in California. She can't think of anything else to do when Wilder turns to her. She will not live to see another day if she does not help him find a new victim. Wilder is always in Tina's mind as she walks through the local mall in fear. She can't help but think of what she could do to assist the following girl. Tina sees that Wilder is really interested in someone who looks like they are about the same age as her. He looks at Tina again and gives her an order with a nod. Tina does what she's told and walks up to say hello. The girl does the same. Dawn is her name. I do know I came out of applying and I was approached by a girl. He told me, say hi, that she's beautiful, but she'd be interested in becoming a model. Let me introduce you to him as to what I said to her. Wilder claims to be a photographer, while Tina talks about a local beauty pageant. Dawn seems excited and goes outside with them. All of a sudden, Wilder pushes Dawn hard into his car, and they speed off quickly. As they drive, Wilder stops being the charming smooth talker he usually is and starts threatening Dawn, telling her that he's killed people before and will kill her, too, if she doesn't behave. Wilder stops the car at an Ohio hotel as night falls. As soon as the group walks into the room, He breaks the bathroom lock so the girls can't get out. After that, he tells Tina to go take a bath, leaving Dawn and himself in the bedroom alone. During that time, I wasn't a human to him. I wasn't a person to him at all. Tina can see lights flashing all over the place from under the bathroom door. She knows right away what the man is doing to Dawn. It's the same torture he's been giving her for 7 days. The three of them get back in the car the next morning and drive east. Wilder leaves at some point, leaving Tina and Dawn alone. There is a part of me that had awareness that she wasn't voluntarily and maybe initially with him. I did say how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to get out of this? I thought that maybe we could get through this together, but that didn't happen. It's now April 10th to 12th. They are staying at a hotel in Victor, New York. And all of a sudden on the TV, my mother shows up. I'm like, oh my God, there's my mom. And if this guy does have her, so help me God, he better not cross my path. Tina is shocked to see her mom on TV. The teen sees her mother making threats against the guy sitting next to her. Her words make a big difference. Tina knows that people are after her, and her mom's bravery and strength change everything. She's not by herself after all. Wilder, on the other hand, feels nothing when her mom appears on TV. He quickly gets his things together, which makes Tina and Dawn hurry. He knows that the police and the families of his victims are closing in on him, but he's not going to give up easily. There's a lot of proof that needs to be put together quickly at the station before time runs out. It's been like ghost hunting, trying to find Christopher Wilder. He never stays in one place long enough for anyone to catch him. He moves between states faster than they can keep up, which slows down operations and causes misunderstandings. It's been more than a month of failed attempts at this point. Now though, the FBI does something brave. They choose to show a video of Wilder himself. Now people can learn his voice and how he acts, and they can see how dangerous he really is. Okay. Same as Chris Wilder in Florida approximately 11 years. Originally from Sydney, Australia. People are shocked by Wilder's tape. A scary picture of a man who is hiding in plain sight. I'd like to socialize more, so I have what I call a need to meet. I am single, have not been married before, and in the same token, I would like to see a family one day, and I would like a family. It turns out that the photographer is also wanted for a number of serious crimes that happened all the way in Australia. His job as a fashion photographer and his time as a glamorous race car driver have given him the perfect cover to get kids to fall for him. The police are closing in on Wilder because Tina's mom and the people are on their side. At the same time, Wilder drives very fast, trapping Tina and Dawn in the back seat. He stops the car near the Finger Lakes, a remote place in upstate New York. After less than an hour, Dawn is told to get out of the car by Wilder. When Wilder takes Dawn deep into the woods, the man jumps on her and puts his hands around her throat. Dawn's eyes start to get blurry, but she fights with everything she has. They both hit the ground. Dawn doesn't want to give up until she sees Wilder's hand. A flash of metal. He has a knife. Dawn is on the ground and bleeding out. She can only watch as he quietly gets up and walks away, barely alive. Dawn knows he can finish the job at any time. If she wants to live, she has to move. After he's out of sight, she gets back up and tries to run away for her life. So, I remember getting over like a tree, and I believe this was my moment, like the lights and the sunlight and just this feeling of some strength and power. I didn't know what my injuries were. I did know that I could see it and thought it was bad. I didn't have a shirt on, but I had pants on. And so, I took my pants off and tied them around my chest. I am, fuzzy, dizzy, and I make my way to the road. I saw a truck, a delivery truck, and then it drove me to the hospital. At the hospital, they are now taking care of her wounds. For some reason, Wilder missed her heart. The police try to get as much information from Dawn as they can about the person who took her, even though she is badly hurt and has lost a lot of blood. She gives them the name of her captor, where she was taken, and the name of the other girl who was taken, Tina. When Wilder comes back to the car without Dawn, Tina can only think that Dawn has died. But after a few hours, the two say on the car radio that a teenager has been found living. I would like to report that this morning about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, A 16-year-old female was located in a field in rural Yates County. The incident this morning we feel may have a bearing upon Wilder's whereabouts in this area, but we don't know which way he went at this point, and we really need some assistance in locating the vehicle. What active role did the woman play? As far as I know, the woman participated in the abduction, and that is our information. People no longer like Tina at all, but she doesn't know that. In the first few days after she was taken, she was seen as a victim. But now that Dawn has lived and told her story again, the media has changed the story and called her a collaborator. According to the FBI today, Christopher Wilder, wanted for a series of murders and sexual assaults, appears to be on a cross-country crime spree, now with the help of a young woman. Police suspect that the accomplice may be Tina Marie Rico, but that testimony also changed things for the FBI because they now know where Wilder is going and what kind of car he's driving. At last, they're one step ahead of him. Wilder is scared and drives quickly into the New York parking lot of the Eastview Mall. This is his best place to hunt most of the time. He's in a hurry now, though. From far away, he sees Beth Dodge, his mother, driving her golden Pontiac Firebird. She is 33 years old. Wilder pushes Beth into his car with a gun and makes Tina follow them in the Firebird. They stop in a quiet place after a short ride. The minute she got out of the car with him, he told her to walk ahead and he just shot her straight in the back. Point blank, just 33-year-old Beth Dodge of upstate New York was shot in the back. Her body was discovered beside a highway by 2 truck drivers. FBI agents spent much of the night working from this command center trying to figure out how to stop one of the country's 10 most wanted criminals. He killed her for a car only. This was like out of character for him. So, definitely intensified to me of when am I next? Tina has been locked up for 9 days at this point. Sadly, this isn't the first time she's had to deal with a dangerous man. Her mother had a drug problem when she was young, so she went to live with her grandma. This made her childhood hard. Tina has known how to stay alive for a long time. When I was a little girl, I just observed and learned that I was being shown at such a young age. Be it drugs, sex, or being abused, I was exposed to so much at a young age. So many sick men. I had a few family members that had sexually abused me continually till I was 7 years old. From about 3 to 7, I had lived so much already by the time I was 16. It just came natural for me to absorb this brutality of being controlled. She never could have guessed what Wilder would do next, though. He tells her he'll drop her off at the Boston airport after she has been beaten, tortured, and kidnapped by him. Tina can't believe it. What would make him just let her go after seeing so much? After he shot Beth Dodge, we were just driving towards Canada border and Wilder became different. He put his arm on the middle console, said, "You're going, I'm going to take you to Boston airport and let you go." I'm just to myself like, okay, I'm not going to believe this because it could be a trick. Even though there are traffic jams on all of the major highways, Wilder skillfully avoids them. When they get to the airport, he buys a one-way ticket to Los Angeles. Surprisingly, nobody knows who they are. Tina doesn't look up. It's clear that Wilder is scared and acting carelessly. The killer could change his mind. If Tina does something wrong, he could keep her as a prisoner for life or kill her next. There is fear in the air. Give me your ID. You pay for the ticket. Here's some money or you're gonna need this. Take this $1,000. But then he turns away and goes away, leaving her to get on the plane by herself. I was still afraid he's gonna come back and get me, always looking over my shoulder like, where is he at? Being that I was still in the mindset of being controlled, I was lost. What do I need to do? Not until I was in that plane did I know for sure that I was actually released from him. It's now April 13th. As soon as Tina lands in Los Angeles, she runs to the police station. Finally free. She needs to let everyone know about Wilder and make him pay for what he did. The killing spree by Wilder needs to end. He's done enough damage to everyone. My father was never in my life, and now all of a sudden he's there with the top criminal lawyer at the time in the state of California. A criminal lawyer. Am I being charged for something? There were other jurisdictions involved where Dawn was from and Beth Dodge was from, and they insisted that Tina was involved with Wilder and an accomplice. So, they were after her. Miami detectives hope to find out information from 16-year-old Tina Marie Rosso. Rico spent more than a week traveling with Wilder. I don't know that she's going to be able to tell us anything, but I wouldn't rest comfortably till I had had the chance to speak with her. The Firebird is being watched by everyone and Tina is helping the police catch her. This has put police all over the country on high alert. We believe that he is in a rather distinctive car. It's a metallic gold 1982 Pontiac Firebird. In that time, the quiet New Hampshire town of Colebrook did. 2 state police saw a flashy car and sent in a report about it. It is certain that the car is the yellow Pontiac Firebird. The 2 state patrol cops move very carefully towards the car. If they're right, the driver is a dangerous serial killer who is armed. Just as the police get close, they see the man inside reach for something. There is gunfire. 1 soldier is hurt. In the middle of all the chaos, Wilder makes his last move, deciding to get away from justice the way he wants to. He's found dead behind the wheel when the smoke clears. A nationwide manhunt is over. It had been 47 days since he was last seen, but he is no longer on the run. 12 young women were taken hostage, 8 were killed, and many families were broken up during his rampage. I remember they're like, "It's okay. It's okay. He died." And I'm like, did he really? Is it true? Do you remember what went through your mind when you heard he was dead? Relief. What went through my mind was relief. Yeah, relief. Can't live by life. What ifs? But what if he was still alive today? I wouldn't be sitting in this chair today. Only hours after Wilder died, a suspected accomplice turned up. A teenaged woman walking into police headquarters in Torrance, California. She had been seen with Wilder recently in New York. People still question Tina's acts when Linda and Dawn are praised. People in the media find it hard to think she's a victim because her story is so different from those of the other women. All of this, I was a child. I was a minor. And for the media to exploit me, my name, they handled it all wrong from the get-go. People praise Linda and Dawn, but they don't believe Tina's story. People don't support her like they do the others. Instead, they ask her because they are suspicious instead of caring, even though she survived the same serial killer. Now, Jim Pop, the head of the Torrance police force, steps up and calls the press to clear things up. Here is a girl kidnapped, who, according to Lord Don, was present during the shooting of another woman before finally coming to police. How do you explain that? It's easy to sit back and second-guess when you haven't gone through the ordeal. Secondly, the terms that you've used are very, very critical, and the term luring in our investigation was not used. It is the opinion of Torrance investigators that Tina Marie Rico has been a victim throughout the 9 days of terror that ended with her safe return to Torrance. Now that Jim Pop has cleared Tina's name, she can move on, though it will take her a while to get over how people first saw her. I have 2 regrets: getting in the car and taking Gone. It was a choice. It wasn't mine, but it was a choice. And I have to live with that. Every little word that was what I said to the women. Why did didn't I go away? Why didn't I run away in the car? Why didn't I drive away? Why did I do this? I'm like, why would you? What would you do? This is what I did. And here I am today to tell you about it. I did something right. They think so. You tell me how what you do. I hope after this comes out that somebody can find strength from what I've given in my side of the story. My truth. I hope they can gather something from it and walk away with inspiration. Don't take _ from nobody. Only you can dictate who you are. This really is a story about survival. I think she was a victim and did what she felt like she needed to do to, stay alive. Like it's a survival mechanism like we all have. She is now free to be herself because she has found love. At the same time, Linda knows how lucky she is. When she finally got away from Wilder, she was the first person to do so. The cops finally understood how dangerous he really was because of how brave she was. The 12 hours she went through changed her life forever, but it didn't make her who she is. I learned more and more about all the girls who didn't get a chance and decided that I was in many ways living on their behalf, that I needed to make sure that I did something worthwhile. Dawn knows from being a mom that time does help you heal. She got through a terrible ordeal with strength and drive which have helped her become the woman she is today. I have 2 beautiful children that I live for. We have lots of laughs and fun, and some days are hard and some days are amazing, and it is just this journey, and I don't think that time heals all wounds, but time certainly helps you be able to sit here today because all of the women were able to stay alive. A chain reaction began that ended the beauty queen killer's rule of terror. It wasn't luck that stopped him in the end. The women were the ones who wouldn't let him win. In the end, justice won because they wouldn't be broken. Thank you for watching and following this shocking case until the end. Tina, Dawn, and Linda's story is a chilling reminder of how even the darkest crimes can't escape the reach of justice. The bravery of the survivors, the tireless work of law enforcement, and the twists in this case showed just how unpredictable and intense true crime can be. Every small action, every clue, and every moment of courage played a role in uncovering the truth. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and turn on all notifications so you never miss our latest investigations. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Share your thoughts, theories, or reflections on this case. Your engagement keeps these stories alive, spreads awareness, and helps this community grow stronger every day. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay aware, and trust your instincts. Danger doesn't always announce itself, and sometimes the most important actions are the ones taken quietly but decisively. Pay attention to your surroundings, speak up when something feels wrong, and protect yourself and those around you. Courage, awareness, and persistence are powerful tools in a world that can be unpredictable. Remember, even in the darkest situations, vigilance and action can make all the difference. If this story shocked you, tell me what you think in the comments. I want to know, where are you watching from today? Whether you're in the US, across the globe, or somewhere in between, drop it in the comments below. It's always great to see how far these stories travel. And if you're finding this case as fascinating as I do, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads.